Hey y'all, how's it going? Me just a minute here. Let my YouTube catch up here. If anybody wants to join, just let me know in the chat there. I'll send the link because you can't click it in the YouTube. I don't think still. So anyway, I'm waiting. Anyway, I'm gonna paint a picture and I got just talk about some stuff here. I don't know how the screen share will go because the other day it was killed my sound. So I'll try that, but if it um my sound starts to go, I'll stop doing it. So and just put the links below and stuff. So anyway, I thought it would have done started by now. There it goes. Finally, get long enough. Okay, there we go. Just a minute here, y'all. What happened? What did I do? Okay, there we go. Finally. Okay. Give me just a sec, y'all. I'm sorry. Um, burger. It's been a little slow. My computer is here. So I apologize. Okay. All right. Maybe. Okay. Oh, there I am. Okay. Anyway. Like I said, anybody wants to join at any time, just pop it in the chat there. Let me see. I hate how it does that top chat, live chat shit. It's so annoying. Um, anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Conscious awareness. I was gonna talk a little about I don't subscribe to any religion, but you can take stuff from these individual religions, and they're it's useful stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that. All it is everything put together into one thing there for you to see it, but y'all know what that is. But about Buddhism, I don't think I'll screen share. I'll put y'all know about Buddha though, but the caste system as well, and how that works. After Buddha died and everything, how men and women were equals and stuff, and after that, the caste system came in, and it's a form of social stratification. I'm reading from Wiki, characterized by endogamy, hereditary transmission of a lifestyle, which often includes an occupation status in a hierarchy and customary social interaction and exclusion. May as well say it's you inherit it. It's like royalty, I guess you could say, because that's how the history of it there. The ones. Where was it? Oh, the collapse of the Mughal Mughal era saw the rise of powerful men who associated themselves with kings, priests, and ascetics. I guess I'm saying that. Affirming the regal and martial form of the caste ideal, it also reshaped many apparently casteless social groups into differentiated caste communities. You know, putting you into a certain group based on your bloodline, I guess. How it went, your bloodline. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know about this stuff, dude. Anyway, um, hey Zen Rush, how's it going? um, anyway, um, here's 6 important differences between. My damn cigarette went out. Between class and caste stratifications in India. Caste stratification is inherited in caste stratification is inherited and class stratification is mostly achieved. The caste is inherited. A child at birth takes the status of his parents, and as such, the latter attributed of his life cannot change what birth has given to him, like royalty. Membership of a class does not depend on hereditary factors, rather depends on the worldly achievement of an individual. Class, that's like, I said about the caste, that's like saying royalty, more or less, because they inherit it, right? Class is like us, we got to work our ass off to get to even close to I wouldn't even want to be one of these people that has all that power and shit, we just want to survive, to live, but like with I seen they like with these classes and castes and shit, how they divide us and shit. Another label, putting you in a box. When we all equal, and people seems to keep forgetting that, just because say I'm a woman, you're a man. Just say, we may have different bodies, but we're the same on the inside. The same spirit, same energy. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that we all come from the same place. We are the universe expressing itself. You hear that a lot, and it's the truth. Like I say when I'm painting something, sometimes what I see, what the universe is sending me to paint. Sometimes I can't express it like I see it in my head. Anyway, but that's like this shit, the dividing. It's it's this is something they created to divide us back then, way back then. The ruling class and the peasants, you know. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to read no more about that. I just wanted to read that first one, but I'll put that in the chat thing. I hope everybody's having a good day there. Hang on there, Zen. I will link you. Give me just a second. Make sure I close the right one here. Oh, fuck. I'm on the wrong window. Okay. Give me just a second there. Hang on a sec here. Excuse me. Okay. Like I said, there, like they did in the chat, if anybody wants to come in and speak about this division, how they separate us, let me know there. Like with everything, everything, not with just this. That's where it started, though. That before that we were all considered equals. So and then comes their labels, and then they get trick us into labeling ourselves here. So um, um, and shit. Anyways, y'all know that shit though. Here is more about the history of the caste system of India. Um, there's four primary castes. I'm sorry, caste system. uh, it's religious background, and it really says it's shrouded in. That's what it says. It's shrouded, but it seems to have originated more than 2,000 years ago. It's associated with Hinduism. People were categorized by their occupations. Like that's how a lot of people get their last names. Like say a person with the last name Miller, Walker, um, my last name Bradley. Uh, that's come from your profession, what you did for a living to make their money. Make money to survive. When that's not who you are, it's really silly if you ask me. But Rich, you too. You ain't asking for a lot, are you? Shit. My goodness. Anyways, um, let's see. Yeah, yeah. A label then. There again, your own last name is back then. It pigeonholed you into that one specific profession, and that's like the caste system here in India and China and other places in the world where this, you may as well say it exists here. Um, but they just call it different, you know, uh, system there. Um, Maybe I should have saved them and put them below. Um, I can do that after. But about the Buddha taught, that we're all equal and stuff, and seeking guidance through meditation, which you can be. I can be meditating, sitting here, just staring at the wall. You know, uh, sitting out in nature. Too. That's really great. That's what I think is the best. I love to just sit outside and do that. Stare up at the sky. I've been trying to teach her that. The visualization and everything, but that's they oopsie, I didn't mean to do that. That's why they divide us like that, to keep us from being oh shit, at one with everything around us. Hi Eric. Not yet. Anyway, um, to keep us from achieving that, they keep us in here, labeling ourselves with their labels, this caste system, and our last names, and stuff, and keep us in constant competition with each other when we don't need to be. Y'all want the same thing, Broken Records said this a lot, but it's like don't sink in, you know. Um, Um, so here I am again talking about it. It's something that you can't talk about this enough. The division and the label, and how they they divide us and shit. Um, when like I said there before, I'm a woman, what they call a woman, but I'm not that on the inside. And Eric, you're a man. You're a man on the outside, but not on the inside. You're a spirit being here, and I see more and more people becoming aware of this too. Uh, in my that I talk with, they don't see you as a man, woman. They see you as just a fellow spirit. Which is what we are. Um, anyway, anybody wants to come in here at any time, let me know, please, and I will pop the link there to you, like Zen there. Anyway, um, history, and y'all can look up that stuff if you want. Some of y'all about I know more about Buddhism and stuff than I do. I just know, what I've read and stuff there. But it's like I said, they derive these things from these religions to things that we used to inherently know. We just knew these things. Um, Passed down generation to generation by word of mouth teaching, uh, and like I said, meditation. Um, if you've ever, um, if you ever had that kind of experience, I can't describe that to you. Um, never had. If you've never had that experience, I can't, explain mine to you. I can, but you wouldn't understand it. Um, but once you've had that kind of experience, it's like it just a whole new world opens up for you. Um, you see things from a different perspective, um, not just through the tunnel vision. You see all, everything that was same thing. But everything that was is everything that was is and that could be possibilities. You see that them pathways right in front of you. Not anyway. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, Eric. I'm trying to. Anyway, there we go. It's up. Okay. Anyway, hey there, James in the chat. I didn't see it. It's Cicada. Hello there. Um, hola. Uh, anyway, um, I know the soccer counts. um, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Um, it's like I said, I can't describe it to you. It would, like I said, be irrelevant to you because it's not the same as your experience. Everybody's experience is different. Um, they may be a little similar, but um, they're not the same. You may see some of the same things, but it's not going to be the same. Uh, but you may get the same message from it, or it could be different. It's catered, I guess, catered to the specific person, what message you need to see there in that experience. Um, um, uh, anyway, this is kind of an impromptu thing. I was gonna do just about this anyway, but it's I don't know, something just said to do today, so I am to do. Um, and I hope everybody, like I said, is having a good one. It's been okay today. Um, some things didn't go as planned, but that's okay. It'll work out. So, um, anyway, um, um, right. Okay. Stop giggling. Um, here we go. Um, oh no, my headphones got off. No, bad. All right. Um, but yeah, like I said, that's that system, that they have set up for us. Um, you know, it keeps us from realizing that. It keeps us so at each other competing that we don't stop for 5 minutes to even realize that what I've been saying there. They keep you so wrapped up that you just don't have no time for that. Um, and keep you in arguing with everybody about that. I'm mine's better than yours, and blah blah blah. Um, and it's like I was watching that. I posted there yesterday that he was a guitarist. He's a guitarist. He's a musician, uh, philosopher. We're all philosophers, but anyway, he John Frusciante. He was a James. Uh, he said, like I said, don't look at the individual, the person. Look at the work they've done. That came from the universe, like I said before, and we are the universe expressing itself. And that's like the way he put it. And like I had said about before, how it'll send you things you don't know how to express on canvas or music or whatever your form of expression is. There's I guess Eric had a phone call there. Um, yeah, I know that's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy for traffic and death penalty. It is. Um, as soon as Eric gets back here, we'll get his opinion on all this stuff. Um, but yeah, well, you remember that one painting I did? I don't think Cicada seen it, but it was like this weird looking bird thing. And when I was painting it, I could see it in my head spinning around. But I couldn't paint it that way. So I posted it, turned it all the different ways and posted it like that. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you can't express it like you see it in your head. So you do your best to do it. We're so limited with that. Uh, because doing nothing really. Yeah. Um, yeah, busy. Um, life keeps you busy. Um, uh, okay. Anyway, um, I sent it to you. You're not in my circles. I can't. I don't think you are. Let me see. Aha. I found you. Sorry about that. Last one I seen was the hills. Mm. Anyway, there I put those links in the chat there about the caste system and stuff. I totally spaced and I forgot what I was saying. I'm so sorry. I sent it to Zen Rush. Zen, you'll get it in a sec. Should. Google allows. Okay. Yeah, darkness rises and light to meet it. That's right. It's like, that little painting I done the other day. Small one, little black board one. It was titled sorry. There it is. The two became one where the darkness meets the light. The two becomes one. The positive and negative there becoming one in the light. And, where the darkness meets the light to drive the darkness back with its light. That's what that picture means. Oh God. It burnt. Anyway. And if you see behind me here, I did this one earlier today. That one there. But look, beside my daughter's foot there. I don't do them. I don't do them all live and stuff. But, that one. I don't know. I was talking with Debbie and Firecat, and started painting it. Anyway, yeah, I did, Ed. Yes, I did. I'll have to go my other thingy there. Yes, Ed, thank you for that. That really means a lot, yeah, I got your message. So, let me, look at here. I'm sorry. Here I am looking at my page. What am I doing? I'm just taking group. Yeah, we are here to spread love, like you said, Ed, as much as possible and vibrate positively. even in the defeat of our existence, either from our attacker or maker. In your opinion, in my opinion, is what he's saying. That when it calls its time, um, so yeah, do whatever you can to do that. You know, be positive, spread love, and raise our vibrations up higher, not lower, like they want us to be in fear and constantly at each other over petty things. Um, Misunderstandings and stuff. You know, communication is key for that as well. Um, um, which they do what they can to keep us from uh, communicating with each other. You know, you see how this format is on here now and how they've screwed with it so much. Uh, um, like with the uh, how you know, you won't get notified of the live show of somebody you're sub to until it's done over with sometimes, and that kind of stuff. You know, um, make it hard for people to even join these hangouts anymore. You got to use a certain browser and things like that. You know, anything they can do to keep us from communicating with each other. Even like on here, you know, like all the distractions that are on here as well do that too. You know, keep you worried about what they want you to be worried about and not focused on what's most important there. You know, which is this. You know, and um, being aware of one's your surroundings and your own self, and what's going on around you and stuff, you know. Anyway, um, here's Firecat.
Oh, imagine that out of nowhere.
I need to cut volume. My volume is up. It's weird. What the hell?
Maybe mine's not loud.
Yours isn't. It's everybody's turned down.
I'll start screaming as usual.
Okay. Mine was even down.
They don't want to.
It's telling me I adjusted my own audio level. What the hell? Fucking stupid.
I always
anyway
get that signal, but it's to adjust it down for me.
Well, I had to adjust it up. It was all the way down. They love to mess. That's another way they mess with us. Don't mess with your sound, like Eric used to have happen, getting blacked out. You know, it killed his whole thing. He'd be sitting there talking, thinking that he was, and it wasn't even going out. You know.
You say a key word and wing, pull the plug.
It's like there Monday when I was screen sharing. They said my audio was gone. So.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't let me see the chat at all. And I had to, yeah.
See, it's all screwed up.
Yeah, it's all messed up. I don't have access to the chat.
It is all screwed up. I gotta close.
I don't need access, though.
You don't need access.
I need to be kept in a hole.
No, you don't. Nobody needs to be kept in a hole.
Unless you're a danger to society. I had something really weird happen to me last week that tops all the weirdness I've ever done, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay.
I didn't think I could top myself, but I did.
Yeah, spine bill. Yeah, making it legal for them to spy on us. Which they'd do anyway. They didn't have that damn.
Well, if they spying on us is one thing, it's okay. But if they're looking through a filthy filter, the eyes that they're looking at the person, you can twist an innocent, crazy person into a hideous monster really easy. Post after post.
well, you know
Yeah,
what? It's like you can't judge people by just what they post, too. Um,
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's only a fraction of who you
That's
are.
just, yeah,
You know,
funny and humor, and it's,
yeah.
yeah, it's just
Some
silliness. You
people come on
can't.
here. Some people come on here and they're a totally different person. As
Oh,
far as
yes,
that
I'm
goes on what they
completely.
post.
I
You know.
never ever act on it. I mean, in real life, I mean, I can't even act this crazy in real life. I mean, in real life, I'm normal.
Yeah.
But on
Yeah.
air, I just, yeah.
Yeah.
But I have
You know,
fun.
people,
I
people,
just let
people
loose.
with people with multiple accounts.
Yeah.
As well. More than you have. But oh my God,
Well,
you
it's
can
like,
see
what's your
them.
intentions? Are you being sneaky bad? Are you just being goofy, showing different sides of yourself, being creative?
I'm sorry about that.
But yeah, there is a really scary rising. I mean, I can't even explain it. Yeah, it's really frustrating right now. But I was like under assault so many groups. I just had to just really protect myself.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I understand. You can't help it. And then I have trouble monologuing. I always freeze up.
What were you saying? I'm
I
sorry.
don't even know. Yeah, I can't even explain myself right now.
Well,
I'm
oh,
just coming out of a hole, and here I am, and then I'm going to try to figure things out. But something really freaky happened to me, and that's really all I can explain right now.
oh
But
yeah, oh yeah.
I'm
I know.
here, I'm strong, I'm
Yeah.
standing, nothing can knock me down, and I do have a much deeper understanding of the world. And it's nothing to do with anybody I've known, on here.
Oh
This
yeah.
is
I know.
just an
I know.
out of the blue lightning bolt strike that I
Yeah.
stumbled across, and it's psychically and really easy. But yeah, I'm just taken aback. I
Yeah.
studied it. It really, really disappoints me that someone that would so-called be educated would, but then we have to look at the system that they're
Yeah.
educated from,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's some really a bunch of angles to this
Right.
prism that was just
Yeah.
plopped in in front of me on a
Like with
silver
that,
platter.
even that, like I said there before about
Yeah.
the caste system and the class system.
Yeah, that always
That
bothered me. I
that
was,
that
as a young child, I saw that, and that, yeah. Okay, you go on and talk, but that did fascinate me.
um,
I mean, it's wrong, of
it,
course.
it, and like with their last names, especially
Hmm.
like um,
Yeah.
that's part of their system is your last name.
Well, yeah, they
Like
brand you. It used to be the mother's name, and then they switched it to the
yeah,
father's. But
yeah,
then it makes more sense to go through the mother's side. But
yeah,
they
it
don't
does.
do it. And but that's another way they sort of
But
twist the
see,
label.
that's what the we were talking about that last night about uh, you know about with marriage when a man and woman gets married, they ask
Hmm.
you know who takes the last name. I
Yeah.
said the man, and they're like what? They said no, the woman does. I said well in some cultures that's the way it is. The woman's
Hmm.
name and how it was
Yeah.
done before was the woman last name or whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It is a bummer
But
to give up your genetics, almost, I mean, your heritage. The woman
yeah.
is forced to. And I mean, what I did was just kept both I mean, but then,
Mm,
like, some members of my family were so proud of their maiden name that even though they got
mm,
married, they hung on to it because that's
Yeah.
just like, that's bullshit. I shouldn't have to give it up. But what's in a name? What's in a name?
That's what I
Really,
was gonna
you
say.
can call anything anything, and
Right, I'm
anything can
not.
be good, anything can be bad.
I'm not. I'm not my name. You know,
Yeah,
that's what I was
yeah.
saying at the
Yours was
beginning. You know,
Bradley Tank.
exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, they made
Yeah,
tanks.
Bradley.
But yeah, they did good
Yay!
things and bad things. So yeah, that's
Yes,
with
very
every
bad. Very
family.
bad.
You know,
Very
you're
bad.
if you're focused upon, you're not going to see pure good, or you're not
No,
going to see
I
pure
don't. I
bad.
don't focus on that. I don't focus on that stuff. I
No.
know that since I was little. You know, we're related to Omar Bradley.
Yeah.
He's the one that you know where that them lines of military vehicles come from. You know,
Hmm.
but that's not me.
But
You
yeah,
know,
that was
that's
his job.
him.
That's not who he was. He was just doing what he.
Yeah. He was a Freemason
To
too.
get by.
So
Yeah.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, you can
Um,
find those in every family.
oh yeah.
But that's just another
Every
part of the control. And then in the olden days, the names were just to fight each other. You had one
yeah,
castle named
clans,
this, and
the
one
clans.
yeah, the clans yeah. So the divide and
Exactly.
conquer was constant.
Exactly. Thank you, Cicada. Why do we even need last names? That's
Yeah.
another like
Yeah.
we were saying. That's another label there. You know,
Exactly.
you just I'm. But then again, you aren't even that. What you
Yeah.
are has no name. So you know, even
Yeah.
with that, it's a
Connected
label.
energy filaments
Yeah.
to the
But see,
consciousness.
I guess that's you know we have to have something to call. You can't just call and say, hey, you know, hey, you know. That would be really confusing because everybody would turn around and be like, "You talking to me?"
I know what my name would be called.
Don't even say.
What
Oh,
I learned today, or I learned, yeah, multiple personalities are a figment of my imagination. So they're all
I
gone.
told you that. I
They're
told you that
gone.
before.
Now
Anyways,
I
there.
need now I
Uh,
need to get rid of other figments.
but yeah, you know, like you were saying about the clans and stuff. Um,
Hmm.
that's like you said in
Oh, the
like
Hatfields and the McCoys.
warring
That's a
times.
feud that went on forever just from last
Yeah,
names. And they kept
yeah.
killing in a name of. Yeah.
Now they don't
They want to
anymore.
label you
They
with a name and then you
truce.
go kill.
That's what I was saying before. You're branded by your
Yeah.
name, your
Yeah.
last name that was your profession. You know,
Yeah.
Bradley. I have no idea where that. I do, but it's been a while since I looked it up. You know, but you know, like he said, why do we even need last names? And what is in the name?
Well,
That's
yeah,
not who
some
you.
last names were like Smith, you were the
Smith.
blacksmith, or
Yeah,
Tanner, you were the tanner, stuff like that, just simple things to identify people.
right. There's Eric.
Hello,
Hey, we
Eric.
back.
You're
Hello.
back.
Yeah. Well, I was just sitting back listening to the casting, labeling,
Yeah.
conquering, dividing conversation that y'all having.
Yes.
And I would say, ladies, it is definitely 110% true.
Yeah.
Your
It's
last
bad.
name has so much power to it that it can be used as a weapon.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah, you can, and they do.
Oh yeah.
Everything can be used as a weapon.
Yeah. You know, see, you see my name here. Create your own world. Uh, that's the name that I came up with for me. Uh, but I'm still me. You know, I mean, what is in a name?
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a
A
name,
whole
put a
lot.
message, a
It's
positive
whatever you
message.
put in it.
Huh?
I says whatever you put in it.
Mm-hmm.
You ask
Yeah.
me what's in the name, it's whatever you put in it.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at my
Exactly.
actions, not my name.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Thank you. Yes.
Because
What
that's
I
what
do.
your name is going to reflect your actions.
Yep.
Well, at least it should,
Hmm.
because see, I mean, I talk about this with my spiritual guide, the great
Mm-hmm.
Moor Haran Bey, and I always ask him, like, man, how come you always changing your name? Because we know that changing your name changes the vibration, and the universe is going to respond to you now differently. So he was
Mm.
like, it's more so about upgrading your name as
Yeah.
opposed to changing it. It's upgrading your
Mm.
name based upon
You're
your new
evolving.
level of. So yeah, I mean, it's still going to end up being a new level of control because everything is based
Hmm.
upon control. I mean, you can't get away from the control of it.
Right.
So
But
so so so
each
forget about
level
that.
you rise up, you have they're the things that were controlling you, you break away from
Right.
because
Yeah,
you learn, to recognize, and you cut the cord, and then you keep going higher and higher, and you
yeah,
change your name along the way. I'm trying to
yeah.
change
Yeah.
my name. It's hard to find a name for me.
Who done gave
I,
you a name?
I know Diane Cat. Meow.
Yeah. Well, I keep that. Uh,
I mean, I have changed
well,
my name quite
uh,
a few times on here,
well,
but
other people have suggested it. They wanted me to cool down, but yeah, we won't go there.
well,
It
like I
wasn't
said,
me.
I've changed my name. I've changed my name a few times, and somebody
Yeah.
commented in a YouTube chat yesterday. What name are you going to be next week? And I'm like, really?
You don't change that often.
No,
Mm-mm.
because Google won't let you, but every 3 months. They were joking. They were joking.
Right.
they
Hey,
let they
Google
let me every 5 minutes.
Unless you delete your account. That's the only way you
I
can
wake
change
up
it.
in the morning and go, "Who the fuck am
It's like
I?"
now, if I wanted to change my name, I'd have to delete
Boy,
my account. Huh? What's that, Eric? He was saying something.
Yeah,
Hello?
we
yeah,
talk too
I'm
much.
trying to refresh my computer. Yeah, you know how like sometimes your mouth be moving and your face be moving, but it don't be adding up. Be lagging or some shit like that. Yeah, I was trying to fix my shit, but yeah, it's a dangerous thing. Adding Führer to your name like Hitler did, becoming a Führer
Mhm.
or somebody to fear. You know, a whole lot of nicknames could get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
know,
yeah, fear can lead to anger, and then there's defense
You know
against
what that leads
fear and
to the
defense
dark
against
side.
anger.
To the dark side.
yeah.
But I'm always bright and shiniest in the dark.
Well, see, that's what we do. We shine bright in the darkness.
Yeah,
That's our
it's
job.
never dark.
Right, exactly. Like Bob said, light up the darkness. That's what we're doing. We are lighthouses.
Well, it's hard to control when you know everything, and you're too dumb to express it. So you just sit there in silence.
Well, if you looking to be united, it's only going to be a few that find it because the level of division is so vast and so high based upon
Hmm.
religion, creed, sex,
Yes.
finances. I mean, we're divided in more ways than we are united. The only
Oh, of
unity,
Exactly.
course.
the only unity that we really have is that we all have breath. We all have pretty much the same type of body parts because we
Yeah.
all got organs. So we're united in the ways that we really need to be, but trying to be united mentally, physically, spiritually. There's
Working
too many
together.
motherfuckers on the planet to be unifying all that shit together.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we're
see,
all
yeah,
freaked out and traumatized.
I say, I have to say some of us are,
We're trying.
unified in that way with the
Man, we'll never be that
spirituality
way.
and stuff.
It'll never be a full mountain, especially okay. Let's take the black
Mm.
community. Last night, Saw Another had a program where he said, the Nation of Islam, Hebrew Israelites, the Moors. He just began to name all of the different factions,
Hmm.
and just wondering which one do you pick? Which one is best for you? So I get on there, and I'm just like you, Rebecca. I'm just like you, Firecat. I pick me. I ain't picking none of that shit because all of them
Right.
groups have control systems. Eventually, you're gonna have to
Yeah,
bow down and listen to somebody else, and that and
exactly.
that loses your independence as an independent individual.
Yeah,
So
Mm.
I
but
mean, groups are good as long as they're not controlled by a system. You know,
well, what we
I'm
pointed
not about
out,
maybe.
we should just have contracts between individuals, and that protects both parties,
Mm.
and then you
You
can
know,
get out of a contract. But that's
the
just
same,
really the safest way to defend both parties. You don't want one
the
party
same
dominating
with the
over a
thing with
group.
the thing with the big groups. When a group gets that so big, and all that
Yeah,
power and persuade people, that
yeah,
is very dangerous because what ideas that they
hmm,
pushing, you
yeah.
know,
Groups
It's
are
mind
gonna have cliques,
control.
right?
yeah,
Groups are gonna have cliques.
Yeah, it's a buildup of
look at
group mind control.
government,
That's what
look at government,
Twitter's for.
government, look at government.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
what government is. Government
you
is a
want
group. It's
you
a
want to
group of these. It's a group of people.
synchronize.
It's a group of people.
Yeah,
They got all this power.
yeah.
And stuff. It's more people in this group than people realize. You
Yeah,
know,
And the next
that's why I like
frontier is in
doing about.
here
That's
for
why
the
I like
next
doing.
battle.
That's why I like doing that about the Committee of 300 and all these various little groups because people don't realize how far it really goes. You know,
that's
Yeah.
right.
How
uh,
many
how
compartments?
many assholes are ruling over us. It's more
Yeah,
than these people think.
Right,
lots
and
of
that's why
layers.
that's why I choose me
Mhm. Mm.
because I can deal with me. I can handle me.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
just it. Yeah. If everybody is separate, then nobody can get over on anybody. But then we still have to be able to have conversations and work together to solve bigger problems because nobody's an island. We got to get to where we can nicely work. You got to work on yourself before you can work with others.
Yeah.
But everybody, if you got so many, it's just really messed up now.
Right.
It is.
Everybody
It is
telling
all.
everybody what to do. Easy,
Yeah, that's what it
go there,
is.
do this, do that. And that ain't nothing but a
Mhm.
bunch of rules and regulations. So if you got on here talking about I'm trying to get away from rules and regulations, and then you get over here, you find out that there's more rules and
Yeah.
regulations.
You just
So I
have to
say
say
fuck all of it.
blanket, do what you want to do, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they go
Well,
somewhere else.
that's like
Why
certain communities.
criticize it? Why
It's like
criticize what you don't like?
certain communities on here. They limit how much you can post in that community and what you can post, the content of what you
Yeah,
post in such
control.
communities. There's the control and the hierarchy. Because you have to have owners, you have to have
Micromanagement.
moderators and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
they even put it on here for us. To rule over each other, if you will.
Yeah, that's
Which is
just it. To waste
put
each
people
other's
on a power
time,
trip.
fight. You're not getting
Yeah,
anything built up in
drama.
your life.
You
So then
know,
you're even more mad. I mean, I can't even tell a story of what my son saw live on air because a guy couldn't find a job. I mean, so this stuff
it's
is
real.
real. We are
Yeah,
real people that can poof be gone in a second.
yeah, right.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
we need to, yeah, this is bullshit. And I mean, I shouldn't have been attacked by like 50 groups. And I know I freaked out and hurt a bunch of people, and I'm going to unhurt them, but I don't know if I can. But I really, yeah, I wish I could explain myself, but it's just too stupid of a story. It pisses me off. I shouldn't have this happening.
Well, that's the way it is on here. That's the chance you take when you come on here.
Yeah.
That stuff.
It's a global experiment. I mean, you gotta know that
it's fucking bullshit.
It's up to you to be a part of it or not.
Well, it's like a video I did, the schoolyard video.
Yeah. I mean, the nastiest of bullies. And
it's a madhouse in here.
And it was a woman. I mean, I'm just still can't even believe I could see anybody write that many posts in that kind of verbiage. I mean, talk about having your lens.
I know. But yeah, that's
there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it.
You'll encounter worse,
Yeah. I mean, that was just a small degree. It can always be worse. You can always.
I mean, it's
I'm gonna go
like
get tea.
You take the whole world and put them on the internet. There you go. Anything can happen. Social Darwinism is what humans are following. That's what Cicada says there. Yeah, it is. Ah. Excuse me, y'all. Anyway, it's all silent. Oh, there.
I'm back.
Hello. Yes, honey.
Am I gonna be going with you tomorrow to take a shower?
I don't know. I guess.
So I don't get on the bus.
But yeah, it's that's the same like we was talking about the caste system and the class system on here as well. With what you were experiencing there, that's the bottom end of it. There, that kind of person, that does that type of thing, preying on other people.
Yeah, no doubt. And I was just thinking, I mean, America pretty much was built on separation.
Mm-hmm.
The constitutional laws are built on separation. You know, you talk about we the people, but it really ain't we. In some cases, it's you that got more money than me.
Mm-hmm.
It's you just got more knowledge than me. So all of this that we equal stuff is crazy. And you shouldn't want to be equal, because to be equal means you're not unique. That means everybody is saying the same thing. Everybody got the same one mind, same one thought. And then we can't even advance because everybody's on the same level. So I don't want that. I don't want everybody to be on the same level.
Well, you know, being equal, I mean, as in like the same job opportunities and things like that.
Yeah, we know that. We
Yeah.
know that. I'm just going from a different angle.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
We want to get equal pay for equal work and all those other type of things, but in some cases, we just not going to be equal.
Right.
And then sometimes acceptance is our problem. You know, because the conquer and divide, look, every nation and every people has been conquered and divided on this fucking planet at one time or another. So that is a new normal. Old normal record. So it's acceptance that is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it happens.
I ain't saying you should forget about your history or whatever like that, but sometimes history can hold back your future.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, it's what messages you look at. Do you look at it, you know, looking to disempower yourself or empower yourself?
Right.
Yes. We know somebody said, you know, Frank said, you know, when you look back in that history, we're looking at ourselves. Too, you know, if you know,
your characteristics of your soul and drive.
The reincarnation thing, you know, because we are, you know, recycled, if you will. Um,
Mhm.
uh, anyway, um, but yeah, that's the truth, because you may be looking back at somebody in history, and that could be you, and you just don't even know it. You don't
Mhm.
remember, but you things are familiar, like the same place, and it's familiar, you know. But yeah, with the history, yeah, it can
Mhm.
hold you back in that way if you look at it like that too. Like, oh my God, that was me in that life. Oh my God, because and you'll be expecting yourself to live up to that or live that down. I don't want to be that
Well,
person. So you
yeah,
don't
that's
even
just it.
look at who you used. Don't look at who you were in that other life. You learned what you needed to learn in that life. That's why you're in this life now, learning
Mhm.
what you
More.
didn't learn in the life before. Because it carries over to this one, even your name. Because we talked about that on air. The like say my name Rebecca Lynn. That one name that I found from my past life. It's similar. It's the syllables. Arwen Rebecca Lynn. It sounds the similarities, the sound. The syllables. It carries over. But
Mhm.
that's not who you are. You're not a name. You're
Everything
not that
spirals
person.
bigger and bigger.
You're not that person, but yet you are that person. But the actions of that person is not what makes you you now. It's part of what makes you you, but it's not all of what makes you you. If that makes sense.
Well, it is strange because you have to think back to your earliest, youngest thoughts and who you were. I mean, I can remember when I'm 2 years old, 3 years old. Some people can't go back that far.
Uh,
But yeah, that's how you get your core essence before you get corrupted by, you see how you came into the world and who you
right.
were when you look back at that really young
Yes.
age.
Yeah.
And then, of course, then they run you through the meat grinder.
Yep. They do.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm not telling where I live. I'm sorry. Person there, Olivia Ann.
Who is that? That's bullshit.
I don't
Where do
even
you
live in
live?
Morganton. I don't even live in Morganton. That's no. I have kids.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not.
creepy.
That's weird. I'm not saying where I live. Uh, I live in North Carolina.
Uh, I live in Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore City. Come see me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't never ran. I ain't never ran from a person. And I'm damn sure not gonna pick the day to run.
But
I
anyway,
ran
yeah,
from a group of motherfuckers,
but
You're
but
in
not one.
cyberspace. You can be
we're
talked
not
to.
not
That's
going
all
to
that
digress
matters.
here. Not going to digress here. Keep on the topic here. But
Yeah, where were we? Yeah, it's so
that's
easy to distract us.
and it's
You know. I mean, for one thing, a lot of our thinking can be off track, and we got to take accountability, and we got to take responsibility for the things that we speak about.
mhm,
Hmm.
The things that we put out in the universe, thinking that shit ain't gonna come back. Thinking that your words ain't gonna come back void. Yeah,
Oh, that
it's gonna
echoes
go out.
back. Comes back
Yeah,
four
it's gonna go out and
times.
accomplish exactly what you sent it to go out to
Hmm.
accomplish. So it's just like we all understand the power of our voice, right? So let's just
Yes.
use it. Let's just use it to unite our ideas where we can push
mhm,
forward collectively in the idea. Sometimes we try to do too much at one time. Let's take this thing in baby steps, and then
Hmm.
next thing you know, when you look back, you done actually went somewhere.
mhm.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, look at what you're putting out because it echoes back. It comes back four times.
Yeah.
And when I read some of this stuff, I would hate for that to come back on the person that, wrote it. So, yeah, we all, if you're going to project something, yeah, it needs to be what you want to have slapped back in your face.
Why you don't just give me what you want. I know you do. But you want the name forward. All right, I got you. Sorry about that, ladies.
Yeah.
And the
I'm having trouble flowing my thoughts tonight.
I like that what I can't really pronounce her name where it says we live in space, and I agree with they need in space.
Mm-hmm.
I need my space. You need your space. And like
Mm-hmm.
I remember coming up where the family ate together. They watched TV together because there was only one fucking TV. So
Yeah.
everybody was gathered together in the living room watching 48 Hours, watching
Mm-hmm.
Friday the 13th, or just whatever the fuck you were looking at. Everything as a family. So I feel like this, right? If you got unity in your own home, that's what's real important. You may not be able to unify completely in cyberspace because you got too many ideas. But at home, your home should be solid.
Yeah. But then it was really dangerous when there was just one TV and three channels because they could deprogram us. So we just
That's like,
needed to program ourselves and turn it off,
well, it's like that the Doors song, "The Unknown Soldier." You saying
Mhm.
about it says breakfast where the news is read, television children fed, unborn living dead.
Yeah. I mean,
There you go, right there.
that's the root of the problem. It's like, ooh, look at the pretty shiny thing. And then it got some, even, it didn't go. There's
Right.
some warpness to it.
Well, it's like my boy was saying last night about somebody posted a meme or something, and he's like, "That's ironic coming from them," saying, "I don't watch TV, but here you are on the internet,"
Yeah. But
or something
then
like that.
an individual controlling a message out of their heart, but then our hearts have been programmed by them. How do you start over? We have all been programmed by their message.
But you
And
got thinking about the messages of old compared to that bullshit you got now. The bullshit that we got now today, it would kill your child in the cradle and they ain't never watched TV before. But the shit that I came up on, like the Jeffersons, Archie Bunker, All in the Family,
mhm.
McHale's Navy, all that shit that came on TV back in the day, that shit did not promote killing at all.
Yes. Yeah, that
Batman
was
and
much better.
Robin, ain't nobody die on Batman.
Well, that's what they did. They always take a good movement, get everybody involved, and then they twist it. And it's a slow boil of the frog. But
Yeah,
then the next thing you know, our kids are playing video games 10 hours a day, killing people,
yeah,
so
Remember Happy
shit.
and Fonzie and different
Yeah.
strokes and all. I mean, TV was great back. TV, matter of fact, I done went back and started watching some shit called Me TV, where I can watch Carol Burnett,
What
Gomer
about the
Pyle.
rifleman?
I find this shit hilarious. And nobody dies at any of these shows I'm watching. There's no
Yeah.
death.
Yeah. Well, no, they programmed us to kill each other.
desensitized.
Yeah.
Every show on TV is death. It's either you
Yeah,
dying or you
Yeah.
gay.
yeah,
The shit is
yeah.
And
forced
then
on
if
you.
you're killing somebody else, well, that's a ultimate form of control that if you're
A
not going to
rush. It's a
do what
rush.
I
It's a
tell you
rush.
to do, I'm going to put you in a box and you can't
Yeah,
move no more.
it's a rush. For some. Because I
But then
remember
you're all
when I
alone.
worked at Hardee's. There was a guy came in. I said this before, but he came in. He used to work there before, and he just got back from Iraq or something. And he said, "Oh yeah, it was so awesome, and so going kicking people's door in and killing them and stuff. And he got a
Yeah,
rush
it's
out
a
of
chemical
it.
reaction. It's the same as
You
any
know,
hard
it's sick.
amplifying drug. It mimics the same
Mhm.
thing. Your brain can make all the
Hello?
chemicals that all the people are running around trying to collect because they can't get their brains right with diet and clean air, clean water, clean this, and clean thinking. I mean, just clean thoughts can change the chemistry of your brain. But we can't be, if you've been hypnotized into, you know,
I know.
And I,
I
and I,
know.
and I,
you can't
and I
put
agree with
blame.
you.
You can't put blame on anybody. I mean, we all have to take control. I mean, at some point.
Yeah, clean thoughts. I agree with you, but where do you find them at in these days? Because I search
Mhm.
for clean thoughts. It's just like the 16,000 thoughts that they say are coming into your mind back in the day. It's probably double now, and most of these
Mhm.
Mhm.
thoughts are from a negative zone. Eric,
Yes.
why
Yeah.
you doing this? Eric, stop doing that. Eric, don't do that. I be like, man, when am I ever gonna hear Eric? Yes, you can do something.
Yeah.
Everything is no, don't do. No, don't do. Don't. No, I'm
Yeah.
just wondering. Where the fuck is this shit coming from? All of these no's.
Well,
Right.
yeah, they're not getting to know who you are and what your talents are. And then let's celebrate your talents and your
Mhm.
interest. Let's celebrate what you're interested in. And we don't look at other people like that. And then some of these hangouts digress to some of the filthiest freaking.
Oh yes.
I mean,
It's
they outdo
disgusting.
the delete. I mean, so yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they do.
so I mean, we're just deleting ourselves. I mean, I hate to use somebody's icon, but you know what I mean. I mean, we
Yeah, I
really
know.
are being the elite to ourselves, and that's
Yeah,
got to stop. Here
it
we are
does.
whining about them when we're doing it to each other.
uh, yeah, because see, did they figure? See, this was the whole trick anyway. It's a trick of the trick, the oldest, one of
Yeah,
the oldest tricks in the book,
yeah,
right?
that's why you have to study history.
59 fake out. 59 fake out is what we call it in
Yes.
Baltimore, in Baltimore City. You know,
Yeah.
eventually you'll stop fighting that enemy because you felt
Mhm.
like you've already conquered that, right? All right, it ain't
Mhm.
no more planes falling down. The unarmed shootings pretty much stopped until last Saturday. So yeah, I would say, so let me spin towards fire cat and burn and say, well, I don't like the colors and you're lying.
Yeah,
You
but they're all the colors.
Right.
But
on
that's
some
it in a
on some
nutshell,
bullshit.
is
Yeah,
that high from conquering something. So they got addicted, football games or whatever, but it's like conquer, conquer, conquer. And that's a
this shit
chemical
was made for
high,
that.
and that's
Yeah,
a form
this
of
shit was made for
control.
that.
Mhm.
Right.
I ain't gonna really put my man on blast, but yeah, Save the Silly Humans was based upon conquering shit. You had Jeff
Yes.
Speed, they was going up against hoax, they was tackling conspiracies,
Yeah.
uh Grimm and his great knowledge against vaccines and all this other kind of stuff. Like, yeah, this
Mainstream,
this
well,
shit is war.
misconceptions of science.
You know,
Yeah, but yeah, it's
it's
just
really
yeah,
war.
we're
It's
in
really war. And
war.
then when I get finished with tagging everybody else, I'm gonna turn my gun and I'm gonna start tearing your ass up because you the last man standing. You the
Yeah.
only people left. So
Well, how can
except
you
you
think
bow
straight?
down and worship me, except you bow down and worship me based upon my words, my energy, and everything that's me, then you're gonna get it too.
Mhm.
You know, you turn into yes people. I agree. I agree. Like, no, that's some bullshit. You shouldn't always agree with everything.
Yeah, that's just it. There's a lot of wishy-washy people in here too that don't. They're just followers. That's the worst part, is we see the people without any spines. I mean, you just need to stand your ground on, I mean, if you're even going to listen to a subject being talked, well, research it a teeny bit, and then, I mean, your ground can always change if you learn something different, but just have a little bit of backbone. I mean, there's so many people without it in here, and it's frustrating. And the key to a backbone is cracking a book, and that takes, I can't bitch at people if I'm cracking a book.
I mean, we should be grateful that
Mm-hmm.
we learned so much in so little of a time.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, if it wasn't for Grimm, I wouldn't know nothing about no vaccines. Matter of fact, they just said that the vaccine that you received for taking the mumps, that shit did not work. Motherfuckers are still catching the mumps. So I'm just like, okay, what the fuck are you sticking people with? So now I gotta go back to all the information that I learned from Grizzly and be like, you know what? He was right and they was wrong because the shit is
Mm-hmm.
still popping off the same way. But see,
No,
mainstream ain't gonna take
it's
no information. Mainstream ain't gonna take no information from Grimm. You know what I'm saying? But they'll grab mitochondria, the DNA. They'll grab phrases, catchphrases like, "With that being said," from young Pharaoh, like, "No, man, eat from the royal table. Learn about the real shit that y'all doing, the motherfucker. The pause and shit. I mean, like I said, you know,
well, right
they
now
know
it's
what we're
mainly
talking about.
crunch time with the grand solar minimum. We really need to focusing on getting, stuff greenhouses and growing and stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
food
like you,
prices are about to hit the roof.
I was gonna say, yeah, I noticed that when I went and got groceries, there was a lot more stuff that was a lot more expensive. Things
Yeah.
you wouldn't think was.
And
Would
nobody's
be.
talking about that. And I mean, I don't freak out and be a prepper and spend all your money on, but
Be
still,
prepared.
it's more so you want to be able to create your own. You don't want to just grab their stuff in their poison cans and hoard it. That's, you just need to be able to create your own.
Right.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for mainstream media to catch up all the way. You know, outside of using my catchphrase, get it off your chest, and all this. Like, go get the information from the people, not just some fucking catchphrases. Because we know what's really going on. I mean, you can come to us and really get some real shit
Well,
from the
no,
people
we
who
don't want
want
people to come to us.
to
We
learn
want them to
some shit.
critical think for
To learn
themselves.
some
To
and,
get the
and
ideas, give
Yeah.
them this stuff to look
what's on the
at,
Well,
and
bottom
yeah,
of the
true.
if we at the bottom, come down here and get some of our ideas and broadcast them on your CNN and tell what the real people are doing. Because I know y'all listening. Everybody know that they're listening because they cut
Well,
our shit off. So we say the wrong fucking algorithm, the shit gets silenced. So we know you're listening. So grab the real information that we're giving y'all
hmm
and feed the real public because I mean, I don't even tag my shit CNN, Fox News, where it can be tagged with them. But to those that are doing shows that are big, spit that fire and let people know what we really need. Because if you know, it's best to show them the real shit than to show them some bullshit.
well,
Because
hmm
it's
people really make
sharing
the
our
change.
personal stories of where we spotted some sneaky stuff that that we can prove or document. But if we all share those stories, it
You
does
know,
teach us critical thinking on how to
yeah.
spot the sneakiness.
This is
If
how
you
Flint
if you hear
water.
a bunch of these stories.
Yeah, this is how Flint water thing got started. Somebody did a video about that water being fucked up, and then that's how it got popping off. So yeah, so they watching, but we need them to watch more. you
Mm,
know, because we
yeah.
still get we talk about GMOs, but we still got GMO food. So they need to watch more because
Well,
we
yeah, you
try
just
to
don't buy
change
their
it.
food.
Yeah.
hmm
You don't take their vaccines, you don't drink their water, you don't buy their food. I guess their power is sort of okay, but it's probably
right.
best to generate it yourself. and then it's probably dirty electricity that's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And their Wi-Fi isn't good. The 5G is frying us as we speak with diabetes-induced sticky blood, and so we can't think as good. So yeah, with the fluoride
That's
water,
that
the
that goes with the
Coca-Cola, and the
diet. You know, with the
Wi-Fi,
diet, like we
you
were saying
know,
about the
that
diet.
can pretty much slow you down.
Small changes in your diet can help
Oh
counter
yes,
that stuff.
like
You know,
blue-green
and I
algae does wonders for your brain.
I don't want to.
Raises
I'm
your
sorry to
IQ.
change this. Go back to what we were talking about, but cicada put this in biology. There will always be alpha and beta males and females. How can we resolve that fact? And delete says, does it need resolving? And cicada does it.
Yeah.
It is our nature. It's always going to be that way.
Well, yeah, on my nature on air, yeah, I'm a raging bitch. But yeah, in real life, I'm not. You walk into a library and the librarian, that's me. Yeah, in real life. But yeah, we don't need dominating. And yeah, and yeah, in our group, we do seem to promote a little bit of hitting and beating and yeah, I physically have never ever hit a man or my children. So yeah, I don't condone that at all. No one should strike, and we shouldn't even do it in jest. You shouldn't glorify it. And then there's another of their mind control. It's they perverted a good thing. They certainly did. And then having fun going into different personalities, characters, blah blah blah, and
they missed
not
the
controlling
natural order
myself.
of things.
Yeah,
they messed with the natural order of things and how it is how nature has set this up, like he'd said there in the chat about the alpha and the beta males and females. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's not
equal.
supposed to be. Like it is now. It's not the system. It's not. Like he said about we say about the native peoples. I hate calling them that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They
well,
that's
the
the way
Bible
their system
was made
was.
to control the female, and then the female taking the male's name, so then the male's in a dominant role, and then right there.
Like we saying, why do we even need the last name? That's like branding you for life.
Yeah, that's you're being owned with a collar if you and it's in a name. It's on black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's your name you've had your whole life, and now it's just gone, and you're just and then you don't even get to do your first name. It's usually Mrs. and the man's name. You're instantly not even. You're just a piece of property. So that really does need to be pointed out, because that is ingrained. I mean, that is a warped thing that they changed in our society. And you don't know, the knee-jerk reaction. You think, oh, I'm supposed to be the submissive wife because I had to give up my name. I gave up my identity. I am now him. That's cruel. Why couldn't I keep who I was? I mean, I did paintings before with my name. Do I re-sign them?
It's supposed to be more like a partnership.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I've always had it.
Not
Equal,
the way
50,
that they portrayed it in society. Like on the movies and TV and all that shit.
Yeah. Well, there's different personalities in every relationship. Like my first husband was very quiet, and we never ever fought. I never yelled. He never yelled. Then my second husband was a wild, crazy person. Literally the most, about to be locked up forever, wild, crazy person. So it took a lot of roughness to get him to a normal functioning person, which he is now. But then it did warp my personality. I need to realize you can't let your partner dictate who you are, even though you're made to blend. We all change with who we talk to. We become this person to talk to this person to talk to that person. But if you have to go through a traumatic event to just change, and you're not supposed to go into a relationship having to change some people. But then sometimes some people do need changing, and it's a hard, and then you become the monster that you got rid of
It's
if you're
not
focusing.
it's not like that. It's they've got to want that though. You
Yes.
can't force that on people.
No, you never force it. It's a long, I mean, I can spell it out. That's a long, tedious process of love and enduring a lot of meanness. But yeah. And it's different for everybody. But I look at everybody and I just see the need. They need love inside. And if they're doing bad behavior, of course that's bad. But you can't just start making this really scary out of the horse story about, somebody that's throwing a hissy fit, You- yeah. I know. I mean, if somebody's throwing a hissy fit, they're asking for horrible stories to be done about them. But I don't know. I don't know. This is a bad situation.
It's like going back to what we were talking about, the branding there. Well, like you were saying, what was done to you there.
What?
Where they branding you like a specific label because you act a certain way or think a certain way.
Oh yeah.
God, what are you doing?
Well, yeah. Well, you got me confused there because you can't brand me or put me in a box because I'm everything. So
that's true. That's what I'm saying. This whole conversation here.
I used to have the everything theory too. I used to have the all is self theory too. But when you're saying all or everything, you
what are
gotta
we capable
consider
of?
the murderer, the rapist. You gotta consider the jealousy, the hatred. I mean, do you really want to be everything? Do you really want to be all? Because you may not be able to disclude the negative, choosing all of the positive.
Well,
That's my
I'm
question.
proof of that. I guess I'm emotion, pure, simple energy emotion that can't quite control itself. Yeah. You have to get into that middle part. It's your swings, your mood swings from happy or sad or however you want to label it. Good, bad, dark, light. But yeah, it's, if you can only be on off and you want to be in between neutral, that's what you need to learn how to do. And that's through good eating, meditating, filter out the negative media images. It sneaks in everywhere. I mean, do your own art, do your own
Yeah,
music, or if you can,
it sounds like a lot of it sounds like a lot of hard work to me.
yeah, well, no, it's real easy to, yeah, just raise a normal kid than it is to fix a messed up adult.
That's true.
Right
And I
about
gotta
that.
address this in the
That's right.
Yeah.
this
Yeah, it
person
can't even be done sometimes.
saying that people are the virus on the earth and it's tired of. No,
No,
we're
that's
symbiotic with the
negative.
earth, and it's just the way that's
How
been.
can you say that?
It's the way that our society they've made our society.
That's a
That's not
brainwashing.
our fault. That's brainwashing. Yeah.
Yeah, the human brain our consciousness is to reflect the life on earth. That's why we're here, is to reflect upon all the life on earth and to nurture it and be at awe with it. And that's why the human conscious is here to do that and evolve to that. And we're here to help the earth. We're not here to poison it. We're not here to glyphosate it. We're not here to fluoride it. We're here to observe it, flow with it, enhance it, put rock dust so the forests grow to buffer us from the impending doom of the ice age coming upon us. I mean, all of the things that need to be done, we're not even talking about. We're just too busy. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. What about the animals that we kill for sport?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we should really be focusing on as many different species intermingling, living together. But no,
Don't
they don't
everything
do
have a
that.
right to live? Don't
They want us
everything have
all
a
in
right
little
to live?
cities and kill all the animals.
Well, I say what he's saying here: be a rebel, grow your own food. What Denise said there, and most people, they don't even know how to do that anymore,
And it's
much
so
less the
simple.
hunting. There, but like you said, Sam,
I
with
mean,
the
start
hunting
with
there,
lettuce.
it, that's the tricky
It's
thing
your
there.
region. It's your region.
It's
Like me personally, my front yard has like I can only park 3 cars in my front yard, but every morning there's 20 deer in my front yard. So it's like where you live is what you hunt. So obviously I'm in a place where there's so many deer, taking 2 or 3 for the season is fine, You so but in other places there might not be deer.
right.
So I don't think that you should kill anything. The deer got a right to live. The deer
Mhm.
ain't do shit to you for you to kill it.
No.
Why do you
You
want
know,
to eat it? Go. Can you ask the McDonald's or Burger King?
well, no, there
Oh,
again, though,
Burger
no, we don't want to
King?
do that.
You want to
Grow
eat
your own
floor
food, man.
sweep
Like be
chemical?
grow your own food.
Have you had
You
chicken?
know.
Had you had backstrap, deer backstrap?
No,
Okay,
I had
I
deer steak
mean, yeah.
before.
I mean, I mean, actually, I am cutting down on the meat, but a deer meat is like just pure solar generated food. You get any cow, you're talking hormones, injections, GMO
That's
grain.
true.
I
That's
mean, it's
true.
it's
The
pure
deer is
poison.
fresh.
Deer's just eating grass and acorns. Pure
Right.
thing,
Mhm.
solar
Yeah,
energy. That's solar energy meat, not even touched by man. And if you see 2 or 3 deer smashed on the road and the population is getting so big, it's like I said, when you have a herd of 50 and you take 2 out a year, it doesn't really
right,
matter.
right. That's what it meant by maintaining
Hmm.
and everything. If
And
something
there's
gets too overpopulated
No,
like that,
and there's a
that,
lake
that,
it's
next to me
devastating.
filled with
It's
fish.
devastating. It's
so
devastating to
so
the
we
to
pretty
the
much
environment there.
compromise preservation of life. Is that what we're talking about? Compromising the preservation of life.
Hmm. The preservation of our natural ecosystem and nature and how
That's
man used
what
to
I'm
live
saying.
with it. We used to harvest wild animals. Why do we have to keep our animals in a cage and torture them and make them stand and shit their whole life before we eat them? Why can't we let our
Exactly.
animals run free and then pow, they don't even know what hit them? I mean, that's better. And they never get injected with hormones or eat glyphosate.
They do.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
I do get
logic
what you said. Like,
science.
like I mean, because we all are spread out on the planet, and some of us live in neighborhoods, counties, parks, areas, and some of us still live on a farm where those things are possible, where you can actually grow up and do it the natural way, and pretty much a meal sacrifice you for the family. And it'll be a part of tradition. But because everything is spread out the way it is, it's like you know, the things are different. Like I said, the conquering and dividing has hit on so many other levels. I mean, even when it comes to the way we eat and drink,
Mm-hmm.
Some people got wells, some people got bottles of water. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I always try to make sure I get a well. It's, yeah,
you
it's,
know. Deer hunting. I don't really see nothing wrong with it, but I just brought up the idea of just killing anything just
mm-hmm.
so we could live. You know,
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you do. The body does do better.
murder
When,
should be murder. Should be
yeah.
death. I mean,
Well,
some
you're
things should be.
absorbing bad energy. If you're eating meat, then
Yeah,
yeah, you're gonna radiate that you ate something bad. It's karma.
yeah. You just ate something that had fear for its life, so you injecting a shitload of fear. You got fear burgers.
But mainly you just look at it science. You don't look at it good, bad, God, devil, mumbo jumbo or anything. You just look at science. Is the human body, what does the human body do when it eats this? What does the human body do when it eats that? And if you really study different scenarios, hey, if you want to be a big huge muscle building bodybuilder, you're going to have to eat steak whether you like it or not. But if you want to lean muscle, live long, have less chances of getting all the weird funguses that rotting meat does in your gut, like the cancers and molds and shit, you don't eat meat. But it's just who you want to be. Now, if you go not even pay attention to what you're doing, wheat, for instance, your body's forced to turn that into fat, and it takes a lot of energy to turn wheat into fat. And, and, but you want to burn fat. But if you eat, so you just have to really study nutrition. And when you do, and you just, the slightest little change away from there, they know the perfect formula to get your brain addicted to junk food. It's a ratio of fat, salt, sugar. They know the perfect ratio. It makes your brain put off these endorphin chemicals of pleasure or whatever. But then it gets you on that roller coaster ride of a high sugar high, then a crash, a high and a crash, and then you get cranky, and then you get fat, and then you can't do stuff, and then you get on it. Yeah. So you change your diet to the cleaner, wake up with a fruit, as many, I do a fruit slushy with spinach and carrots and vegetables in the morning. And then I do a salad for lunch. And then I do a dinner of, high quality protein that, I harvested myself. And you don't need as much food. You feel better, and you're not as cranky, and
Well, I don't eat. I
and
don't
there's
eat.
supplements you should study.
You know,
At
I mean,
different ages you need different supplements.
right, right. The older you get, different. Yeah, you right about that. The body's changing, so you got to change
Hmm.
with it.
Yeah.
But what we were saying, but Rebecca was saying earlier about how we are spirit beings and we are not the body,
Well,
which is
right
one of
now
our
we're the
true,
body.
which is one of our true facts. So if I'm eating McDonald's, I'm eating Burger King, that shit is not harming my spirit or my soul
Yes, it is,
or my
because your
consciousness.
body makes your soul feel a certain way.
Nah.
And then your brain's not working. So your soul connected to the earth is fuzzy because your
You're
brain
eating
can't function
because you're
because
eating
you
this.
So
put
you
poison in
got
your
a Big
body.
Mac.
Yeah.
You're going to think all foggy and dumb. And then you'll watch one of their television shows and fall into it and believe it because you ate a McDonald's cheeseburger. It's all connected.
All right.
Everything's
Hey,
connected. Every energy.
my,
If you put energy in your body, it's what's it going to do? What energy did you let enter your body?
Well, it's like I was saying the other night when we was talking about, we was talking about certain foods that you eat, and the effect it has on your body. And I was saying, about the brain food, about the strawberries, any kind of berries. I eat strawberries, and it's like, you getting you giving that what your brain needs for that thought process to grow and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, blue-green algae is excellent from Mount Klamath, or I don't even know how to pronounce that. But that's excellent for building up your brain. You take about 12 caplets a day, and you'll have high energy, and your brain will think better.
Yes. Yes.
So what about superfoods like kale and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You get you some
the
cannabis.
superfoods.
Cannabis. Don't forget that.
Juicing raw cannabis.
Right now. I like that.
Because the heat destroys a lot of the good properties.
I got the superfood. I got a superfood right now.
There's all superfoods.
I'm asking superfood. I'm looking at superfood right now. Some kind of superfood.
Super thoughts.
Come back.
It does.
We should study mushrooms as superfoods, as brain foods. We need guinea pigs.
It's a real good brain food, right? Yes, good for the brain.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I feel like I'm not behaving. Even though I'm clearly still in a box, I feel myself slipping out of it. I need a bigger box.
It's like he said here in the chat, Lisa, if more people grow their own food and trade amongst each other, you already have a big part of the system fucked.
Yeah.
Everybody's waiting on the masses. Fuck them, save yourself.
Then you don't get sick. You don't have to go to the doctor for their pills because you didn't eat their food. So you save all your medical bills and all your grocery bills, and just save your seeds, and then you get food forever for free. But they want to take away your right to water, because they know they don't want you to create food. Water is creation, and then they poison your water to create your food. So yeah, you have to go get yourself a well. I mean, it's mean that the steps you have to do to, they have the money to get their own well. The Flint, Michigan, what kind of water quality do they have right now?
It ain't good.
It ain't good. They're drinking rust water.
Hey, my water fucked up too. I just ain't made no video about it.
Yeah. And it's been years that's gone on. So you're going to take poison rust water and grow some vegetables and try to be healthy. I mean, it's right next to the Great Lakes. I mean, is that not deliberate? Okay, I'm losing my mind. I'm going to shut up.
Yeah.
He did say one good thing. He said, I think we all are guilty of talking more than walking.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, because I agree. We got the same thinking, because I think we do 90% talking and about 1% walking. Because how much of us, how much of the information can you really physically do? Now, the growing your own food, you can physically do that. You can stop eating GMO foods. You can physically do that. So that's why I like to hear information. Give me something tangible that I can really physically do after I get off this bitch. Because I can get on here and talk all of the smart shit, but then still do dumb shit when I turn off the cameras.
You can set yourself up really easy. I mean, this is what I did. I found a 1969 trailer for $200, and I washed it, and it's livable, and it's cute as a button with a little turquoise stove and sink. And then I found a 1979 Jeep Wagoneer with 74,000 miles for $700 that needed a fuel pump. And then I just grabbed one of my lots that I paid $500 for and set it all up as a package. That's $1,800. I have a house and a car in a lot with no house note, no car note. And that Jeep Wagoneer has this, it will last another 10, 20 years. I mean, it's just for $1,800, I don't have a house note or a car note, and I could just go get a job at the dollar store and live happily ever after. So you can set yourself up that easy. And then you would be amazed how little money you need to build a house next to that freaking little trailer. One step at a time. I mean, I'm about to blow up a 1,200 square foot shell. I mean, just the shell, but it's only $5,000. You know, it takes less money than you think to build your own house, and a YouTube video can teach you step by step how to do it.
Yeah, it can, you can even
you have no mortgage.
Make your own lumber.
Yeah. And
you can make
and
your
then,
own lumber. Say you got land and you got trees, you can cut them trees down and make your own lumber.
Yeah. And then in this subdivision, the water bill's $200 a year. So I get all the water I need for $200 a year. So you can live really, you don't have to just go get an apartment and pay $600 a month to start your life like they trained you to, or go get a 30-year mortgage for $2,000 or $1,000 a month. You know, a mortgage is a debt till death. Mortgage, that's the name. You're chained to it. You're a slave. A car note, you're a slave. You have a car note, now you have the expensive insurance note, full coverage. Now you're more of a slave. Don't pay your car note, now you're on your feet. You know, it's stress upon stress. And there's ways you can just start yourself, little steps build up, but you try to keep yourself stress-free along the way and live below your means, and have goals every year. Every year we have a goal. We're going to do this, this, and this. And we always do it, and we always do more. But it's mainly just being a spaz. Just getting up and doing stuff.
I have to.
Chat room.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you was lagging, so I didn't even know you was talking.
I was laughing. I'm sorry.
No, I was just reading the chat, and I like what he said. He legalized, or Obama legalized. Donald Trump came around and said, hey, death penalty for kingpins, for advanced drug dealers. So I'm thinking like, okay, if you're going to attack the drug dealers, hey, this was the first time the people on CNN said some real shit. Hey, I got to give it up for her. Because she said, hey, before you start talking about drug dealers, what about them doctors? What about the pharmaceuticals? And I was like, you know what? They are listening to us. You know, they're all listening to us, but see, the big doctors ain't going down for the opiates that they really prescribe. And why? Because you said your back was hurting.
I saw something disturbing today. Carrie Fisher's urn for her ashes was shaped like a Prozac tablet, and Prozac is fluoride. But that's creepy.
Yeah. Kingpin charges for marijuana, and they're saying, I mean, they can come and raid your farm, come and raid your house now, and consider all your plants, illegal. Because they did say the feds, the federal laws will still kick in, and now, as you can see, they're going to kick in.
Well, I mean, you can't just focus on the bad. Like Arkansas right now is, legalizing it, grow place. I mean, I guess we have to line up the states and look at the laws and see how they're swinging. But then, that's always not fun.
Well, it's like had that my friend there I was talking
That's
about
just
there yesterday and
meanness.
stuff. She has kids and stuff, and uh she was pregnant with her twin when she had her twins. They tested positive for marijuana, so
Hmm.
they've been on her ass over that ever since then.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
somebody said that because drugs come from overseas, real drugs come from overseas, so they ain't gonna let you be rich here in America off of no shit that come from overseas. Ain't no way in the world you gonna be a billionaire. So when I saw Kingpin come across the bottom of the CNN, that's what made me think like, yeah, they ain't gonna let you get rich off your motherfucking plants that you planting out back. You can forget that because they will consider you as a kingpin and come and seize all your shit and lock your dumb ass up.
Yeah, it's just sad that, you have the opium epidemic and they created it and they brought it over here. And then, yeah, it's just all a big,
yeah, it
another one
is.
of the
It's
mass distractions, a mass soul, human waste of soul destruction for no
I
reason
I mean,
system.
the way they get you off some of these things they put you on by
They
putting you
make
on
it
something else.
worse.
By
Yeah.
putting you on something else. It's I see this
Yeah.
every day, literally,
Hmm.
and it's really sad. It
And
is.
then let's get to the crutch of it. Why does
All
anybody ever
natural
get
things.
on anything? They're trying
They're
to dull the
natural.
pain of the society that they've lived in. So
You
it's the person
know?
screaming that, that they're in a hostile environment and we're just supposed to be numbed down to it instead of
Yeah,
learning how to cope with it and
yeah.
learning how to deal with it and learning how to teach each other, your personal relationships not to be so hostile to each other. And then
Mm.
slowly the whole world to calm down. But right now, the whole world is not in calm down mode.
Well, like cannabis, that's look how much many of these illnesses and stuff that it help. We're meant to consume it. It is a superfood because
Well, yeah, we
I
have receptors in every
we
organ
have
in our bodies to take the cannabinoid system, and it is
cannabinoids.
the grease of it. It filters. It helps filter out bad stuff. It is the grease of the
Mm.
system, and yeah, we've been using it for eons because we do have
Yeah.
receptors in every organs of our body.
Yes, we
So
do.
that's proof
Yes.
that
Every animal does.
we
Every
you know.
animal does.
And then can you imagine that's probably a good reason why the earth is sick because we used to have hemp farms everywhere and
Yeah,
the
we did.
bees were getting the hemp pollen and then that would spread to other animals and stuff and now they're literally choked the cannabinoid system, just the CBC system, which is very
CBD.
beneficial at calming, thank you, calming down everything. They choke that off of Mother's
Yeah,
Earth.
yeah,
And that's why, you know, a lot of things are sick. I mean, that would probably
yeah.
help heal the bees
Well,
if they could
taking
get more hemp
the
pollen and
oil
stuff.
too. Yeah, the
Yeah.
oil too. What is the oil? It's the blood of the earth.
Uh-huh.
And they're taking it out and making it into these into gas. The whatever,
Well,
all the
well,
things they
that's
make
just
with
a
it. And you can
cheap
make it. You
form
can make
of energy, but
you
then
can
they
make
lied
everything.
about it.
You can make everything that you make with oil with hemp,
Oh
and they
yeah,
know
that's
this.
better.
They
Yeah,
know this.
yeah. It's healthier. It
It
wouldn't
is
be as poisonous.
right.
I mean, because you live in a big city and breathe air pollution, that sinks into every cell of your
Right.
body. And then
It does.
that's when the anxiety and stress happens. And then you have to go get the pills to calm down. I mean, there's grown men that have panic attacks living deep in the city of, a big city because of the air pollution. Your body's not designed for that overload of poison.
We're
You don't
designed
get
to
to
live in
breathe.
small communities. That's
Yeah.
the way we
With
do
trees
best
and
in.
fresh airs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to get up and drive 2 hours in traffic to work when you could just wake up and garden and do stuff around the house. You don't have to
Mhm.
drive 2 hours and drive 2 hours back. And it's
Hey, but
always
you
with
gotta
the
buy that
sun
cheap.
in your eye.
Hey, but you gotta buy that cheap crap from China
No, you have to pay your car payment to get to
or
work. You
whatever.
buy your car
You
to
know.
work and then you work to pay the car payment.
I mean,
Hey, don't worry about it.
I have a shiny car, now I have to work.
Eventually, you'll be able to send your robot out to do all the shit that you don't want to do, and you can sit home and do nothing.
You have to do something.
Uh,
But you
mhm.
shouldn't, yeah, we shouldn't tell each other what to
you
do.
be a surrogate. You be a surrogate, controlling your robot at work, driving cars,
Yeah.
the driverless cars and shit like that. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
people
don't
are
worry,
getting killed
those days are coming.
on those driverless cars.
Yeah, they're already getting killed.
Yeah, they were showing one system that could see a person in the road and the other system that couldn't. And I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Don't step out in
Damn.
front of a car.
Uber, Uber driver accident already happened, and the lady
Yeah,
crossing the road at nighttime with her bicycle. She got ran over,
yeah,
and
I
you can see
saw
the
that.
lady inside the vehicle. You can see the lady inside the vehicle when she hit the person because she was texting while she was driving a
Oh,
fucking
man.
automatic car, whatever like that.
Mm,
And
damn.
it's just crazy. They saying that it was the car fault because they're saying that the sensors should have sensed the lady walking before she even
You
Yeah.
know,
got
they've
up
got
on
these
them.
things on cars when you back up. If somebody or something's behind you, it goes, nee, 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 you know, it makes an alarm.
Hmm.
Right. So why ain't nothing go off? You know,
Right.
it's a whole lot of shit.
It's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
I trust a horse before.
And now they have cars that they can hack the computer and make you the brakes seize up or drive you off the road.
They
Yeah.
could do that anyway. They could
Yeah,
do that anyway. So, you know, any
so
car that's
more
got
and
a
more
computer on it,
dangerous.
they can do that.
And then it was so frustrating because my grandfather was an
Most.
engineer, and we would always design car systems, kind of like Walt Disney would, tubes. You only need a small little motor to freaking propel the human body, and you definitely make fun, fast, low, little, small engines that we could all buzz around and never get hurt. And it would be far
Mm,
cheaper than any us
yeah.
maintaining cars and
Hmm.
roads. And he could even make a motor that could fit in the coaster brake of a bicycle that ran on oxygen that could propel you 60 miles an hour. But then you'd have to have a really, really big muffler, and it wasn't practical because it was pretty much a jet engine. And so, but anyway, but yeah, they don't teach us to rethink, to redesign everything. They're like,
They don't.
okay, we're going to
No.
tell you how it is. This is how it is. Don't even think of changing. Don't even think of building something different. And let's all live in the mega city in a
Like
box and we'll tell you
it's
what to
like
eat.
it's like I said here at the beginning about what we create and stuff. It comes from somewhere. It comes from the universe sends you these things for a reason.
Your
You know,
heart supposed
they're
to.
stifling, they're stifling that in these children and us. You know, to keep
Mm-hmm.
us from, what
Yeah.
we're meant to create.
They're not giving us
You
the
know,
tools to operate. Look at the teachings of you go into school
something like
1960s or even, yeah, they're not teaching us anymore to even. I mean, the largest example, and it really makes me mad, was my dad at age 17 graduating from a regular American high school was able to get an engineering job with just a high school diploma that was able to he was able to have a wife, a kid, and a brand new GTO, at age
mm,
17. you know you think you could do that now?
no,
A 17-year-old kid get an
no,
engineering job and
you
buy the
can't.
most expensive sports car there is on the lot and have a wife
No,
and kid that can sit at home?
No, you
I mean,
can't.
that's how
It's the
it
way the
was
system's set up.
one generation ago.
It's the way the
They
system's set up.
stole it from us.
Well, it's like the gas prices here. You know, they went up twice in the past. No, 3 times in the past 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, the way
They're stealing from you.
they're keeping raising these food prices and all this
Mhm.
stuff. You know,
Yeah.
so people spending all their money on this shit instead of being prepared for what's coming.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
even if your money's under a
solar
mattress, they're
minimum and
still
stuff. You know,
stealing
I
from
mean, they
I think gas should go up if you putting some new shit in your gas. Like I should charge you a little bit more if this shit gonna make your car go super fast or make your shit last longer. You know, I got that for everlasting. I got that gas that you can put that shit in on Monday and that shit be in there till Sunday. I got that 7 day gas shit. I think some shit like that should be worth me upping the gas price. But if you ain't changing nothing about the gas and your gas keep going up, that's some bullshit.
you. Well, the dangerous thing when gas prices go up is like I had a friend that went from a big car to a little car, and then she got in a horrible wreck and broke her spine and is in a wheelchair. But it was just the manipulation of the gas prices that she had to get a tiny car, and then she got in a wreck and died. Yeah, so it's like, okay, do I want to live or do I want to risk death? But it's their decision whether or not they raise the gas prices.
Yeah. You know all that shit's about
They got a movie about it.
Control.
And the first step is downsizing. Before you downsize your house, he got you to downsize your car. And you move from the SUV to that small ass smart car. They want to make it smart because we live in the smart era. So they do Mini Cooper and all that kind of stuff. That shit do not stand up against no big ass vehicle. You will be crushed.
You die.
They want us in all in these little tiny box houses.
Things.
Yagis and shit like that. Little small ass 2-door one. You got a 1-door car they got out here. I'm like, really? You got one fucking door?
I mean, I have a right to defend my life against the impact of an 18-wheeler.
Right.
Yes.
Shit. Those hurt. I know. I've done it lots of times.
Yes. My friend worked at a truck stop. So see?
It helps if you're on a motorcycle. You just slide underneath and nothing happens. And you keep on going. I meant to do that.
You better step on it. If you're on a motorcycle,
I hope God doesn't have a movie camera of my life.
I know you better step on it. Better step on it.
Hey, Liz.
Put the pedal to the metal.
I wish I didn't like vehicles.
I can't wait till we get flying cars. I'm ready to get off the ground. There's too many dumb drivers on the fucking
ground. They keep us out of the sky on purpose, mainly because we'll smash into each other. But we used to always complain about that because they do have cars that, fit in your freaking driveway and pop up the wings and then boosh into the air. They even made a new one. But they
don't need a car to fly.
Don't want everybody in the air because we would be smashing into each other, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you don't need a car to fly.
That's true. I mean, we can all fly. Nothing's stopping us. We'll start a PayPal thing and we'll get, what do we call this group? I know, Firecat's stupid ass group. Okay, we got a name. We'll get money for a plane or a hot air balloon or a UFO or something cool. And we'll
that's what I mean. You can fly. In your dreams, right?
In your dreams.
In your dreams, you can fly because you leave your body.
Yeah.
You can, and you can go anywhere you want to go.
Yeah, I sometimes have the
I've
dreams
done
of
it,
just being over the treetops.
like I said, I remember bits of it, but yeah, we can.
Video games, if a good airplane video game, boom, you're flying.
Oh my God. You know what I'm saying here, y'all.
But
Come
no, I,
on.
I do. I sincerely am going to make it a goal to fly an airplane. I don't know why. A small airplane. I might
Yeah.
take lessons, but that is sincerely my goal.
You know, that I was thinking of the saying, why drink and drive when you can smoke and fly?
Yeah, there's less stuff to hit up there, technically.
Right. I would love to be on a plane. I don't know. For my first plane ride, I probably wanted to be short, like
Yeah.
Florida or something like that. New York
Means
City.
sadly, I think you can get a used jet for only $200,000. And so that is obtainable in one's lifetime quite easily.
I don't want no jet. I don't even like to fly. Like that. I've only done it once, but I
I'm
don't
going to pull
know.
up Craigslist and see which jets are available.
It's very high up in a metal thing that can. Never mind. We'll shut up.
Well, it's a difference. A commercial
Vivid imagination
plane
here.
is completely different from a small plane. I have been in the Goodyear blimp. That was cool. It only goes 30 miles an hour, real slow. And then when it comes to... Sorry.
The first time I flew, only time I flew, was over the ocean.
You flew? Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, I don't know. It was scary.
I didn't know you flew.
It was scary.
Yeah, I was very nervous. I guess you have to conquer your nervousness.
Yeah. That's the only time I've ever been in an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Mm-hmm. Well, the guy that moved next to me in Texas built a small airport and has a plane, and he said he'd take me up, but I'm not there anymore. And then there's another airport, a homemade one next to my new place. I just thought it was ironic that I'm allowed to use.
Cool.
So everywhere I go, there's an airport. So that's telling me something.
Get a helicopter.
Yeah. It's telling you that there's an airport.
It's telling me to fly. Well, my grandfather always liked airplanes. He rebuilt airplanes in World War II, but his eyes weren't good enough to be a pilot, so he was sad, but then he always wanted to have an airplane. So I should do it because he wanted it.
In flying, I'd rather just, like I was saying before, I don't want to fly in a metal thing.
How about a hot air balloon? Oh, you just want to fly hypothetically as a spirit?
You want a firefly.
There you go. Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I want to literally fly, so I guess that's where we differ.
Well, that's the thing. Spirit is flying because the spirit's in your body.
Oh, I had a friend who was a Marine, and they literally would put a balloon up in the air attached to a bungee cord, and then a freaking jet would come and pick them up, and they would go from 0 to 500 miles an hour and just get whisked into the air in the desert. I mean, that's literally a thing that he did.
Oh.
Now that would be fun.
I don't know. That sounds scary to me.
It's a bungee cord. There wouldn't be much shock.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to quit talking.
It's a rubber band.
I'm going to quit talking because I seem to have scared you. We
Well,
can just get a
that's okay.
tricycle and go down the road real slow.
No, I like to
Everything's
go
okay.
fast. It's not even crazy for it.
Well, yeah,
If you
I
ask
just
some people,
went to
I'm
an
a lead
extreme.
foot, so.
I've never gotten a speeding ticket.
I
I've been
have
pulled over
other
for
people.
speeding, but then I pointed out what I was, it's a Porsche. They can't go slow. And then they didn't give me a ticket.
I don't know, man. Did you see my video this morning?
Fifth gear is fifth gear.
If you see my video this morning, where I drove by the state trooper, I was
No.
going 70 in a 55.
Oh dear. So you put on
Doing
your
Everybody else was
invisibilness.
too. Everybody else was too. So
Oh, well, yeah, that happens.
sunrise.
I normally don't speed.
yeah,
So
right.
I don't drive at all
I know.
because I'm crazy and I was gonna run away, so I didn't
No,
renew my
no.
driver's license.
Come on. No,
It's true.
come on now. Anyways, y'all, it's been about 2 hours here. So if anybody wants to join in here afterwards, let me know. I'll send you the link. I'm sorry I spaced there and didn't say that. If anybody wanted to join, but if you want to come in after here, let me know in the chat or something, and I'll
This is
send
where
you
the
the
fun
link.
is.
If you want to join in here in the after show, I'm sorry. I apologize for not saying that on the live part here. But anyway, y'all closing statement here.
Yeah, I'm tired. Oh, let's see. What is today? Thursday. Okay, have a good Friday. There.
I'm gonna say what he said in the chat. Be a rebel, grow your own food and stuff. Try. Learn to
Good message.
be more independent of the system.
Yeah. Your
Because
own
you can make it
boss.
on
Don't
your
look
own,
for
and they know
followers.
that you can. That's why they put all these obstacles in our way, so that we won't be able to accomplish that. Being more self-reliant. But that's something you got to work at little by little every day. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah, little
Okay,
clever tricks to get around the obstacles to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody's different, so you can't really give advice because
That's what I'm
everybody
saying.
lives in a different spot.
Exactly.
But if you explain your problems, we can always
give
help.
them a starting point. Something to start at, to look into, to start doing for themselves.
But yeah,
like
believe
you
in
can make your
yourself.
own.
You can move mountains.
You can make your own soap, shampoo, shoes, clothes. You can do all that stuff, people. My mom used to make our clothes when I was little. So
it's all on the computer.
Even that, you can look at books too. For that, so
yeah, but yeah, the older, it's probably better.
You got anything else there, Eric? To close here.
Y'all said it all.
Well, there. See if you see behind me here. No law can give you freedom. Only
That's true.
That's in here. Your freedom comes from within here. You're already free.
The way you express yourself.
It's all their laws that
stifles
your freedom. There. So no law can give you freedom.
Yeah.
There. So.
And no group of people, no group system. You can't look at a large.
They can't.
They don't local know. Is always better than
They'll
the
tell
larger.
They try to tell you what's best for you as an individual when you are the only one that can decide what is best for you as an individual. Because we're all different. We have different. Like we said earlier, we're all the same, but yet we're all different. They can't. Tell you how you feel, tell you how to feel and stuff. Don't let them do that to you. Don't let them, pigeonhole you there, in that, and put yourself in a box and stuff. Because there is no box. It's that expression. Think outside the box. there is no
Mhm.
box. You gotta throw
Yeah,
that shit
they're
out the
tricky
window.
that you can
There
even be
is
put
no
into it.
box. They
No,
want you in that box. That's where that saying comes from. Think outside of your
it's
box.
a
Let's
trick.
put you in. Yeah. Anyways, y'all,
Just study
that's
mind
it
control techniques.
there for that. There. Uh, okay, yeah, that's all,
Yep.
y'all. If you want to join
Reset a
afterwards,
bunch.
or whatever, let me know. Eric, I guess
Died.
left there maybe accidentally. So come on back, Eric, if you want there after the after thing. But in the future, yeah, I'll try to put some way there where I can put the link where people can get it. You know, but anyway, Dad, free me, free yourself, Dad. Anyways, there, y'all. Take care there. I love yous, and I will see y'all next
I
time,
love
sometime next
everybody.
week.
Take care.
So I'm working the weekend, so but remember everything we said. You can go back and listen if you need to. But anyway,
We can
take care,
explain
y'all.
it.
I'll see ya. Have a great evening. Peace.
Bye.